For now you must respond to the world. It will take time to gain certain information that you will need, but it must lead to wise and constructive action. You must prepare before the great waves come. You must prepare before others realize what is happening. You are being given this early warning. It is a blessing of unparalleled value and importance for you. Rethink your life, your relationship with where you live, the house you live in, your work, your transportation, your relationships. Who is wise amongst those whom you know? Who has skills? Who is strong? Who can face the great waves of change? Learn what the resources of your community are. What can they provide? What assets do they really have that can support you and your community? The work is immense. It is necessary. And now is the time. There is no more time for just foolish consideration, thinking about the problem. And it is not appropriate to simply be frightened and do nothing. If you act, you will become stronger and more confident. If you do not act, you will become weaker and less confident. Action is necessary. There is so much to do, and now is the time to take this action. It is as if your nation were going to enter a great war that will decide the fate of the world. You must think of the great waves like this, except now you are going to be at war with the world, with the conditions of the world that have largely been created by humanity's overuse and abuse of the world's resources and environment. It is going to war with the circumstances you have created, circumstances that can now defeat you and overwhelm you. You must think of it in a big way, or you will diminish it because you are afraid. You will diminish it because you are not confident. You will diminish it because everyone else is diminishing the risk. You will fall back into complacency and false self-assurance, re-engaging with your former interests and priorities. You were awake for a few minutes. You were alerted, but then you fell back into a state of slumber, sleeping now, unaware, unprepared, and assured that everything will be taken care of for you by someone, somewhere, somehow. This is the weakness of humanity. It has lost its strength, its awareness and its response to nature, living in insulation, living in affluence, living on self-assurance. The wealth and splendor that were created in the last century will diminish and decline in this century, decline rapidly, as if a great balloon were deflating, so vulnerable it was from being punctured by so many things. You must adjust and adapt. That is being intelligent. To deny this is not being intelligent. Living in isolation is not intelligent. There are very few people who will be able to survive in isolation, but they will have to have immense skills and will have to live a life of continued hardship. This would only work for a very, very unique set of individuals. For everyone else, which is nearly everyone else, there will have to be greater human cooperation and a very careful use of resources. The whole human landscape will have to be redesigned over time so that people can function and live under a very different set of circumstances in a world in decline. In the future, whole cities will be abandoned due to the heating of the world. If you live in a city like this now, you must consider relocation. Whole regions of the world will become so arid that almost no one will be able to live there. They will have to move. Where should they go? What should they do? And who would receive them? You cannot answer these questions. You do not have an answer for these questions. But you have a journey to take. You have a preparation to make. You have a pathway to follow. You were always meant to have this preparation, this journey and this pathway. Now is the time that you must begin and proceed. You cannot control the outcome for the world, but you can build greater stability for yourself and for other people, and this is important. This is within the realm of your responsibility and capability, and this is what you must do now.